Hi guys, how's it going? So I just want to update you on my progress so far. This is an overdue vlog. I haven't been posting for ages because I've been really busy. So just to speed run things, I'm basically at the moment trying to build 3 businesses while working full time. And now you may ask, how's that possible? Like, you're going to burn yourself out, right? Uh, if if you do 3 businesses, separate businesses that are totally irrelevant to each other and not focused on the same sort of stack, I would say, then yeah, you're going to burn yourself out. So, for example, if you're doing like a cleaning business and then you're doing a totally unrelated like marketing business or um, like, and then the construction business, then maybe you might be stretched thin because their focus is on uh, separate things, right? And the 3 businesses that I'm starting, well, not starting, but I'm already building, they may seem irrelevant to each other, and they may seem like it's pulling me in different directions. And I would say that it's actually stacking together because so I'll just explain what these businesses are. So the first business that I'm going to talk about is my software development business. Now, my software development business, I started that before COVID, and I had to put that on hold because essentially I had my own clients and I was working for a small company. And when COVID hit, basically that small company that I was working for, they had to put a lot of their projects on hold. So I had to find my own work, and the business I was doing as well. The clients, uh, sometimes I'd get a lot of clients. Sometimes the work will dry up. So basically, it became sort of like a cash flow issue. And at the time, the goal that I had with the company was I was trying to develop a product in-house while funding it by doing services like web development and app development. But the jobs that I was taking was very low entry. So there were like websites, landing pages, and then a lot of these clients would go to me and say, "Oh, why are you charging that much? I can get it done a fraction of the cost, and you know, post it on Airtask or post it on an online marketplace, and then people can do it for me for like $300." And those websites would probably take me like a week or two at the time. This was before ChatGPT, and then it wouldn't the cost wasn't worth the squeeze. So like I would have that issue where I wasn't able to fund that business any longer. So I sort of put it on hold. The products that I was developing in-house, I put that on hold because I was like, yeah, this is not sustainable. So and also I didn't get the vaccines because for personal reasons and personal convictions, I didn't want to get the vaccine. So when I tried applying for new work, what do you call it? They were saying that, and this is in Melbourne, right? So they were saying, yeah, you can't come into the office because you didn't get the vaccine. So I was a little bit stuck, right? And then I had a mate from high school. He ran his own construction business. Mind you, the product that I was building in-house was kind of related to construction. I wanted to sort of develop a product in home automation. And at that point, I had no background in construction. My dad is a carpenter, and eventually I was going to get him to teach me how to teach me certain things in the trades. And so I was thinking that may have been an opportunity for me to get into construction and learn the skills, and I sort of pivoted my direction. So I put my software development on hold, went into construction, worked there for a couple of years, And then recently I went on a holiday to the Philippines, and I met a couple of people there, and I met my current developers there, and they specialize in AI and backend development, and they're full stack developers, right? So uh, the unique angle that I sort of had, the idea, I came up with this idea that because I had some experience in the trades, and I also had a software background, I realized, wait, there's a product that I could actually sell straight away. The what do you call it? The home automation product that I was thinking of is far far too advanced or far too capital intensive. Then I'll put that on hold, but I'll focus on this product where they may need it in the trades straight away. So I was thinking, at the moment, because when I got into construction, I also started my own construction business, right? And I do that part time because sometimes I get a lot of clients, sometimes I don't have a lot of clients, or sometimes I get a lot of requests, but I can't do it because I'm just too busy with other things, and yeah, it really becomes difficult to manage the time, right? So what ended up happening was I thought of an idea that could cross the bridge between automation software and the construction industry, and I thought of doing that project, right? So the first business that I made with the software development, I thought of restarting that and taking that from off the shelf, and then instead of making that product initially for the home automation, I'm going to step it down a bit and make this product that I'm thinking about. I'm going to make that first and it will be sort of like a stepping stone that will allow me to build that home automation product in the future. Now, so so the first business, the software dev business, I'm restarting, and the construction business that I do part-time, I'm already running that. And the software business, instead of just going for low-end jobs, I'm going to start aiming for higher-end jobs and niching down to eventually just focus on, say, for example, apps for tradies, apps for the construction industries, or web development landing pages for tradies, instead of spreading myself too thin and doing random websites, right? Initially, just to get the ball rolling, I might do like random websites, or just websites that give us cash flow, but I will sort of choose the jobs that can eventually point towards the end goal, right? So those are the two businesses. The third business was the app idea that I had for the construction industry, and combining automation for that. So the idea is that I run my construction business. That gives me the cash flow to sustain the other two businesses for now, but eventually they'll sustain themselves. The software development business, that the purpose of that would be to get clients initially, to build systems for them, with the eventual purpose of upselling them the other software app that we're developing in-house. So it's sort of like a pipeline. So for example, I might have clients who are homeowners, or I might have clients that are, say, builders or something like that. And then while I'm doing the job for them, they might have like a need for a system in place for their own business. So I tell them, oh, I'm running this software development business as well. I can help you with that. And then eventually, once it gets to a point where they need more automation or they need more services, then I can upsell them the app idea. And basically, that's, in my mind, that's how things connect, right? Whereas if I had, say, three separate businesses, then, or three separate businesses with separate directions, then yeah, I'll have to split my attention, right? Now, that's all and good, but I still have to manage the businesses, and it does take up my time. The difference now, right, comparing to years ago, right, is that now it's a lot easier to manage those businesses because of AI, right? Sorry. And I'll give you an example, right? So back then, if you were to design an app for a client, you would have to sit down with them, take the requirements, write it down on a piece of paper, and then from those requirements, you have to extract, say, the use cases, user stories, and then create a requirements documentation for your developers, right? And you would have to validate which features are needed the most and which features are good to have or future features, and then you have to create like a software architecture and then expand it and then create test cases and then create integration tests and regression tests and all that kind of stuff, and a plan to implement it in software, right? And you would use something like Agile to sort of manage the teams, and something like Jira to manage the communication and the delivery of the project, right? But that would take, like, from starting the project, it would take probably like a month or two just to set up the project in the first place, and by that time the client would have said, oh yeah, requirements have changed, it has to be flexible, and then because you've written a contract for the pricing, you then tell your client, it's like, oh, we budgeted for this and now you want this feature. And yeah, the client understands that, yeah, the prices are going to change, but it creates friction, right? And what do you call it, you try to scope the project as perfectly as you can at the very beginning, but because their business is changing and they're trying to keep up with their changes, those changes have to translate into the software that they're developing, right? And another example would be, like, say they're making a landing page and they're designing a wireframe, right, to see the layouts of the website, and then they have a payment page, like a payment form, and they have these certain services that they want to offer, and say you spend like a week or so using something like Figma to prototype the wireframe, and then you say to the client, here's the wireframe, here's what we designed, and then they make changes, and then a week later they're like, oh, we need to add this page in because our own clients, they want us to have this feature on our website, or they want to have scheduling, or they want to have a calendar that manages their own schedule, right? So then you have to adjust the wireframe, and it's like a lot of back and forth. But now, with the introduction of AI and ChatGPT and cloud and all of those technologies, now you can just quickly prototype the wireframe or quickly generate the wireframe for the client, and then when there's changes that needs to be done, you can easily generate that, right? And it's not just that, it's not that you replace developers with this, it's that you make your workflows a lot quicker, and you use, say, AI to sort of say, for example, the back-end development, you had to manually create the CRUD application and the API calls and all that kind of stuff. Now you can just generate all the scaffolding code with using AI, and then it's just you just write a prompt, a description, and then you say, I want to build this feature in this app, this payment system, or this back end, what do you call it? This back end admin page for the client. And yeah, it's not necessarily instant that it happens right away, but it's very the speed is like probably 10 times faster or more than that. I did a bit of research, and it's sort of like a team of 2 developers probably would be equivalent to like 10 developers or 15 developers back in the day without ChatGPT, where you had to do everything manually, right? And yeah, so the use of AI, not just for myself, but my developers are also using AI to speed things up a lot faster. So now, back then, it wouldn't have been possible for me to run, like, say, two businesses at the same time. But because my other 2 businesses, right, are both software related, and I can speed run or speed things up, I could effectively run like the 2 businesses as, say, one business, and have the same team for the 2 businesses, because basically the 2 developers that I have are effectively a team of, like, say, 10 or 15 with the use of AI, and they're automating everything, right? And with my construction business, that's harder to automate in some sense, but I could sort of automate the admin side of things on that, and which allows me to only mostly focus on the delivery of the projects, right? So yeah, that's basically my update so far. So I'm trying to start up these 3 businesses, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, hope you like this video, and stay tuned for more updates. I'll probably make some videos of behind the scenes and how I'm doing things, and not exactly everything, because I don't want to reveal too much to you guys, but just just enough. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.